Greetings in the best of salutations. There will be prayer, power, peace, patience, and prosperity. I just want to share a little bit when it comes to self-introspection. It will be intellectual awareness alert. It all begins and ends in your mind. What you give power to has power over you. Intellectual awareness alert. I have come to realize that I am, when it comes to my, in what is called intelligence, or to be intellectually aware of my potential. And the purpose is to fulfill my potential. And that is not to reflect carelessness nor callousness, moving from sympathy to empathy. And if not, one becomes very apathetic. Maybe intellectually apathetic, if I will stay on course when it comes to intellectual awareness alert. Yes, it is said that associated with Buddha, that all that we are is the result of what we possess, which is the result of thought. Some will call it Dejuhuti, Kimi, and known attributed to what they call the Greece thought. And I don't know if it's associated with Thor, the so-called American hero who has a weapon to use as a fight. Or I may be giving him being an American hero, but it's maybe a term, Thor. I don't want to misplace that, misappropriately use it. Yes. There is a saying of gods on earth. Men are gods on earth. And women are considered to be goddesses. What is this all about? Language is important. Language is important. When you don't have a hero, or it is said that every nation or people, someone will rise up among them and try to put them right back on course if they have deviated from the straight path of going upward, likened unto their level of consciousness or awareness. if I may use that. It says that ye are gods, possessor of human faculties, emotions, limbs, nature, consciousness. The human anatomy, ye possess those things. Humans possess those things. They belong to you. They are yours. They are mine. But I come to realize that I am partially blind to my intellectual awareness of how to use that which I possess. Yes. So therefore, if I turn it over to something outside of myself or to someone, then they possess that power over me without showing any mercy. It says in ancient Egypt to some degree, I think it says about trying to find, the challenge is trying to find your place outside of the world. Let me see what this says, if I can find it in this book here. Yes. I think if I can find it, hold tight for a minute, if I can't find it. And looking for your place outside of the world. Yes, here it is. Know the world in yourself. Never look for yourself in the world, for this would be to project your illusion. The sun doesn't set, it's just, I guess, or it rotates around the earth, or the earth rotates around it. You just evolve, moving to another place. In every vital activity, it is the path that matters. Peace is the fruit of activity, not of sleep. That's in, but it's a tribute to Egyptian proverb. The key to it is being delusional or under the spell of an illusion. Optical. Remember, intellectually, partially, I'm partially intellectually blind, or so to speak. Yes, I am. Not aware of the power that, how to tap into the power that I possess, and some are able to do it. But to what extent, and to what cause, and to what intent? Because even though they say that they know how to do it, and they have done it, or was it so that someone seen the power in you, and they used that power at their advantage, and therefore it empowered them, and it helped empower you at the expense of weakening others? Yes. So, the ties that bind us together, family, could be friends, a mother. Because we are attracted to that power of what, or those who possess that power. It can be magnetic, it can be entertaining. I was listening to a story of a brother, a group of people, and his brother was acting in a play. He was an actor. And he didn't speak to the brother during the film, but he spoke with him afterward. And the response to the people was that he's a master because he didn't say anything because he was just playing his role. So they made him out to be a master. That's very delusional. Because they see him as power, and then they gravitate to him and accept it, and then therefore that gives them the power at the expense of really weakening the people and thinking this is what power is all about. When someone is acting out something a role that is not real. Very delusional, man. Very delusional. Very delusional. So yes, the possession of strength that belongs to something inside of us rather than outside of us. It leads to how relationships are formed. The relationship one must form is with him or herself. To do anything otherwise, you are really deceiving yourself as well as others. Man, treachery is on the rise, whether we want to accept it or not. But yet there are those that are out there who understand this. Really, they are. They really are. So, the gods on earth, we have heard that. Strength of that which they possess. Language is one of them. Of that which we possess is a strength. Possession is a natural possession. How we was naturally formed. Talking about the bond, the strength, the ties that we have naturally to our mother. Reverence the womb that bore you. It's natural. The natural light. The air that we breathe. The breath of our body. It's natural. It belongs to all of us. For it is how relationships are formed. Strong ties. Family ties. I can see this here. When it comes to be partially intellectually unaware and blind. And which means that ignorance plays into play, is that at one time I had strong family ties. Now it is not as strong. So the blind, the intellectual not being intellectually aware, and it comes to the intellectual, the blind spots of being unaware, if I may use that too as well. That in which I say I'm aware only because I know that that my ties, my family ties, is becoming weaker. The family is becoming weaker. The community can become weaker. But does the nation in which you reside become weaker or stronger if the family ties are weak? If the community is weak, does the nation become weaker? In which you reside? So these strong, this strength, these strong ties, when you reverence them, you feel the love. You feel the honor. You feel the respect and appreciation. So therefore, you are indebted to it. And therefore, you display gratitude. That's the possession of the power that belongs to us as human beings. The strength in our family ties. Intellectual awareness. The recognition is not always possible. Dealing with social comparison. I know that many times in life I look for this recognition. But recognition is not always possible. Due to what? Partial blindness. Not only of myself, but also of others. Ignorance is the result of hostility, as if there's nothing else to be learned. Who has a monopoly on intelligence? Tell me. One brother would say we can't, we're dealing with the blind spots. We don't see the blind spot. To look at something intently, to fiend for it, to find out that you have disdain for it. Is it so that you maybe have disdain for yourself? You want that. But it puts you in a position to realize it's not all that what you thought it was. You look at some people now who have possessed material success. They realize that it wasn't all that maybe what it cracked up to be, because somewhere down, it pricked their conscience. Yeah, a day of reckoning is here. A day of reckoning is here, whether we want to accept it or not. Some things we try to physically apprehend through our senses, and some things that we're just unable to apprehend it, and we aren't able to comprehend it because of the intellectual, or intellectual blind spots, or due to partial blindness when it comes to our intellectual awareness. And material success will put you in a position where you don't even recognize it, nor did you see it. So then, therefore, the gratitude and the thankfulness is due to those who have helped you get to where you are materially, but yet you are still blind to the fact that you are being used to further blind others, keep them in darkness. Because people will give the impression that they have the light when they themselves are in darkness. But that's some wicked stuff, ain't it, man? But yet, it said, reverence the womb that bore you. That's your family ties. And now your family is a league. Now your family is entertained. Now your family is someone or somebody whom you really don't know. Something outside of yourself has taken possession of you. And they are seen as the gods, as a god, and therefore you become a part of their God. But yet, something stands in the midst of it all that is in judgment of that. One's consciousness is rising every day. May we continue to give reverence to the wombs that bore us, and to our family ties. And bring us back to our true essence. And give respect to the one that has given us birth. And you look at that, the biological sense is the woman. But yet, we still must move beyond biology. And realize that there is something out there that is more powerful than us, as we call ourselves to be human beings. Because this earth is considered to be something where you rest, become grounded. But yet the skies, as they call it, as it is called, it's just a roof. And this place of where we rest is a house. Temporarily, physically. So, there you have it. A single family. Oneness is stronger than conflict. And unity is stronger than diversity. If it be, so shall it. Talk to you.